Today we're gonna talk about the newest 6-star Water Aurorian, the Queen of the North, Bethel. Wait, wrong Beth. Bethlehem. Yes, that's right. Winter is here and brought with it one of the probably most hyped Aurorians and also our first exclusive character in the so far 6-month history of Alchemy Stars. But does she really deserve all the hype? And more importantly, who is the real Beth now? Well, maybe not that. But is our queen really worth all of your saved up blue member, blue flares, or maybe even some of that free-to-play cash? Well, before we find that out, and also how she performs gameplay-wise, and if she even knows how to use a sword properly, I do have to tell you that you should probably join my now open Discord server. So, link in the description and make sure to join. And if you really enjoy my content, maybe even think about becoming a channel member, which unlocks these emotes for you and also some other perks. But enough of that. It's now time to pull out our magnifying glasses and take an in-depth look at the leader of the Northlands. And after we've come to a conclusion, give her a freezing cold, honest final verdict. So, let's begin this Northlands journey with her active skill, Instant Freeze. This skill allows you to simply select 4 tiles on the field and converts them to blue, which is on paper and also in actual gameplay a huge thing, as straight up selecting the tiles you want to convert is generally the most powerful kind of conversion. But everything in life comes with a cost attached to it, and in this case it's sadly not just helping Bethlehem making a snowman, but instead a quite beefy 4-turn cooldown, turning this whole situation up on its head, as this makes her fight off against the likes of Bart Simpson and Carl, and not really the because of their sheer quantity of conversion superior 4-tile converters. But we obviously can't forget about her archetype sharing colleagues, which in this case are kinda hero, even though she doesn't really count, because she's also filling in the role of a dedicated DPS, and not only the one of a converter. So the only one left over is obviously everyone's favorite TV judge, Judge Drew Iradon. And if we start comparing their active skills, we can already see that Iradon is in a lot of ways overshadowing her, as her active has the potential to convert up to 6 tiles, with an only 3-turn CD, giving you overall an up to 2 tile per turn value. And even if we only take an average of 4 tiles generated, she still beats her out, thanks to her 1-turn lower CD, making it quite obvious that the Queen of the North should probably stay in the North, and out of Lumopolis. But not only that, this also means that we should rather look at her in-element main rivals, which are the already before mentioned high CD converters. Obviously Carl and Barton offer a way higher quantity of blue tiles, but the Breaker of Chains and Mother of Dragons does deliver high quality, that you could even compare to the infamous Grade A5 Wagyu beef. What am I getting at? Well, first I don't really know myself, but while Colleen and Barton are basically the pretty decent discounter meat you're used to and often buy, Beth's that good stuff that most of us probably can't afford much of and only get for those few rare occasions, as it does exactly hit the right spot, worthy of a celebration. So, Beth offers the luxury of allowing you to choose the tiles you want, while the others give you a large quantity at the cost of a loss in freedom and quality, meaning Beth is in general not superior, but in the right situations, way more useful than them. Or even the perfect supplement, especially for Barton and burst teams, when you're fighting off versus your favorite punching bags like Umbra Hulk and co. And speaking of bullying Umbra Hulk, let's do that, while checking out our Queen's chain combo, Aurora Slash. This chain deals 150% damage to 12 tiles in a diamond shape at a chain trigger requirement of 4. 155%, but this time to 16 tiles in a radial shape at 9, and last but not least, 160% damage in a max radial shape at a 13+ chain. And the first thing that should come to mind when looking at these chains is, well, not much. But what's the thing with water units and max radial or cross chains? Colleen, Sharona, whatever. After all, the more important thing is that these at least detonator-ish chains are in the end only okay. Which definitely doesn't help her case in the damage department, when we take a glance at her rather small attack stat. Coincidence? I don't think so. But before we talk her down too much, we do have to give her one last chance by looking at her equipment. Northern Power. This gives Bethlehem a 10% and all of her water colleagues a 5% attack increase based on Bethlehem's basic attack for 1 round, whenever you use not Bethel's active skill or enter Aurora time. And yes, this sadly can't stack, as you can see from this visual indication. Meaning, this is just a decent attack steroid for herself to make up for her quite lacking areas. And also at the same time a very slight party attack buff with a not that significant max value of 125 attack for the rest of your water team. So, just a nice little addition that at least gives you overall some more damage, for example burst teams and co, where you can actually make the most out of even the slightest damage increases. And while we're already at the topic of increases in power, let's look at what the Northlands are trying to scam us with, by shooting a glance at our swordsmanship geniuses' breakthroughs. And as usual, we're only going to look at breakthrough 3 and 6, because these are the ones that actually matter for 6-star Aurorians. Bethlehem's BT3 gives her active skill quite simply Preemptive Strike. And well, it sounds as good as it is. For a huge 4-turn cooldown skill, this is basically a godsend, as not having to wait 4 whole turns until Beth does basically anything gives her so much more value in basically every type of content, and especially in burst scenarios, making this almost necessary. Her MBT, however, is not as big, but also a pretty nice improvement, as this does reduce her base CD of 4 by 1, making it now 3, and gives her in result a lot nicer feel, and overall smoother gameplay experience. But yeah, this is MBT, and she's exclusive as well, so she can't really spook you in future, so if you're a whale, you probably already know what you want to do. And for all free-to-plays and dolphins out there, at least MBT is probably off the table. But BT3 is a really huge upgrade that is worth thinking about getting. Really worth. Almost necessary, like I said before. So, if you have enough dedication, resources, and don't want any of the future upcoming stuff, go ahead. And well, upcoming for us is the finish line of this review. So, let's bring this to an end. All in all, Bethlehem is an overall pretty good converter, but there's one very important thing to keep in mind. She's a lot weaker at BT0, approximately around BT2 Barton and BT0 Colleen level, as this high cooldown can make her in a lot of situations quite hard to use, reducing her overall use cases quite significantly. So, to burst scenarios, maybe some hard content, and that's basically it if you already have other options available. But at BT3, the Queen turns into a literal dragon, ready to burn down Lumopolis and co. Well, not actually, but yeah, you know what I mean. She's a lot stronger with BT3. Because being able to straight up get that sweet taste of 4 tiles on the field you can freely choose is not only addicting but also quite powerful, as it lets you almost forget the fact that she has a 4-turn cooldown after that, making her with the help of this not only perfect for burst teams but also a whole lot better for all types of content. But even without it, she does still have her moments, and is by far not bad or average or solid, but at least decently strong, as choosing tiles is always quite powerful and is not to be underestimated, and puts her at roughly the level of Colleen and BT2 Barton, and maybe even slightly above them. So, let's get to the by far most important question. Should you roll for the Queen of the North? Well, this time that's a really hard question, as we do have also to take into account that she's the first exclusive character in the game, meaning that she doesn't join the general summon pool after her banner ends. And we can't forget about the fact that she doesn't share soft or hard pity with any other banner. So any rolls invested into this without any 6-star are basically lost, meaning you do want to go either all in or skip. And like we already found out, Beth is strong at BT0 but by far not a must-have, as she is more of a nice-to-have luxury that can easily be ignored and substituted with the usual wet converters. So, in conclusion, there's 3 reasons to maybe roll for at least one copy of Beth. 1. The most obvious one. You like her design VA & Co. a lot, so you basically don't care about the gameplay quality of her. 2. You are a collector like me and don't want to risk her being alongside other tempting Aurorians the next time she's around, which is around their 1st anniversary, so be careful. 3. You're a rather new player and are lacking in water converters, and are desperately wanting to play a water team. If your answer to all of these is a no, or maybe, you should probably rather save, as January looks to be very busy, with a lot of exciting things, like the Dragon Maid collab and some events, and even more coming into our direction. But if you are willing to commit, despite of everything that's coming soon TM, and also have enough to get at least BT3, it's definitely a yes, as BT3 Beth is a real powerhouse that could probably even qualify for core, and makes her just that much more easy and fun to use. But keep in mind that to get 2 copies of her, you do, even with the new hard pity system, need at least 600 rolls, with the worst luck in the universe, or closer to 300 to 350 with average luck. So look at your resources, upcoming content and characters, and then make a smart decision for yourself. And another smart decision you should probably make is joining my No Open Community Discord. And if you like my content a lot and want to support me, maybe even think about becoming a channel member, which also gives you these perks in return. And before I forget, an extra big thank you to all of my channel members. I appreciate you guys so much. What is your opinion of the Blue Eyes White Dragon Maiden, Bethlehem? Did you already roll for her? Are you rolling? Or are you saving for the upcoming collab or something else? And with that, this was already all from me. Have a nice day and see you next time.